Excavation work is currently underway for the Ontario line, both here at Queen and Spadina and also at King and Bathurst. Metrolinx says at the north side of this intersection, work is ongoing 24/7. Needless to say, that hasn't been a pleasant experience for those who live here.
That's a little too much, especially in downtown Toronto and you're living at home for construction 24/7. That's crazy. You need to have, at least Sundays and Saturdays off for people to feel more at peace in their own home.
Now, you might be thinking, aren't there limitations to those hours? When it comes to the City of Toronto bylaws, yes, there are.
The city says construction noise is not permitted when it is clearly audible from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or until 9 a.m. on Saturdays, all-day Sunday, and stat holidays. But government works are actually exempt from the noise bylaw. That amendment was made in 2019 and includes construction conducted by the province and any of its agencies, which means, you guessed it, Metrolinx. So for those projects, construction noises are able to happen outside the allowable hours.
It honestly makes me feel like I live in a cage. I just want to open my door and leave and work somewhere else until the construction is done.
Should that be allowed? One expert says it's a complicated issue, but there has to be a balance between finishing critical infrastructure projects in a timely manner and considering people's health and well-being.
It's hard for me to just put a yes or no, it's good or bad. There should nonetheless be a pretty firm application and use of all types of mitigation that exist. So if it has to go on, for example, beyond the normal hours of construction allowed by the city, there should be extra care taken to make sure that those impacts are as minimal as possible, whether that be additional sound barriers, using different types of equipment that's quieter.
Metrolinx says it's making every effort to minimize impacts to local residents, including using less disruptive equipment, and that it's monitoring noise levels. In a statement, the agency said, "We are working with our contractor to explore different methods of construction to help reduce noise as work progresses." It says acoustic shelters are being built and road headers are being used, which allows for excavation with less noise and vibration. Residents like Lean don't feel there's enough mitigation happening and certainly wouldn't describe the equipment as quiet. She, among others, have been filing complaints with Metrolinx and also demanding better communication about when the work is happening.
You call in the 24/7 hotline, they put in a complaint, you never hear back. So far, the reality has been chaos for us. It just feels like you're in another construction.
After several phone calls and emails, she says Metrolinx did provide her with an air purifier and a noise machine, but it hasn't made much of a difference.
I think the gap is really in the enforcement.
Tor Oyamo says there isn't actually a lot of research done on the impacts of construction noise, because the type of noise disturbances that are studied are usually more consistent, like the effects of living nearby planes and trains.
But with the city undergoing a lot of construction in the coming years, nearby residents should definitely be considered.
So it's not a problem that's going away, and especially with the densification you see in downtown, all these projects are just affecting more and more people because there's more and more people in close proximity to them. So I think it's very important to follow best practices and encourage that, if not legislate it.
Talia, Ricci, CBC News, Toronto.